go ahead, set them up. So they set them all up, and just about nightfall.
Con, I think that was my dad, because he said he wouldn't have left the company in that shape for a year.
Oh no!
He said you would have found it well in order.
And we don't know. Fred and I
Yeah, I'm
talked
just
about it.
kidding.
We don't know. But anyway,
And the reason it may not have been your dad was because he was there, got hit, left, came back and was there for a while. So see,
Yeah.
that part doesn't match up about the guy getting killed.
yeah, we
Because
don't
he
know.
would come back
I
and
might
say
be able to
something
find
to
out.
him.
Absolutely.
Well,
We don't know. We just don't know.
Captain Glaze was the company commander when I got there,
Yeah.
okay?
And I don't recall when he left.
Yeah,
Captain Glaze, when was that? When you
I don't know.
February, or
Oh.
actually March,
69, right?
right?
Okay.
Yeah, see, I didn't get there till June of
No, I
'69.
thought of him.
But anyway, I'll let y'all do your little
So
hooch
that makes more
things.
sense, then.
I let them
Well,
do their
yeah,
little
but-
hooch
yeah,
things
but-
with their ponchos and everything, and just right after dusk, I said, all right, we're gonna form an ambush. And I pulled them all out. We lined up in a line just on the other side of where all their hooches were. And about midnight that night, mortars came in and just tore the hell out of where y'all had set up the hooches. And then they came in and we killed a few more that night. If we'd been there where y'all wanted to be, we'd have lost a lot of people that night. And so from then on, y'all said, okay, we'll do what you say. But I remember that well. When I first came, actually, I don't know where y'all were, because, you know, I hadn't been keeping track, and they just took me out on a helicopter and dropped me off. But I think right after that, we went into Tay Nin, wasn't it? Wasn't that where we went?
Yeah.
And wasn't that LZ Grant?
Grant.
Yeah.
Second of the 12th.
May 15th, second or 12th got in a big fight, and then we came in after that.
Yeah.
And then we went down and screwed around Thukvin, what was it, June?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But some of the things that I remember most, my favorite, and I was telling some of y'all about it last night. You know, everybody talks about the 50 caliber we humped. About 10 years ago, I ran into a classmate of mine from West Point, and he had spent his year in Vietnam in intelligence. And he and I were just talking, and he said there was something that intelligence never figured out. And he said, we asked them always when we interrogated them, what did they fear the most? Well, B-52s were always at the top of the list. Napalm was second. And he went on to say that down around 10th or 11th, there was this thing that we translated as rope 50. You know, and he said, nobody ever figured out what the rope 50 was. And I said, hell, I know what the rope 50 was. When we got to 50 caliber, I knew that whoever, I'm talking walking point for the company now, not walking point for a squad or a platoon, but walking point for the company, when they would get shot, y'all idiots would go out to get them, which I went to. I got shot one time doing that myself. But finally it dawned upon me, hell, put a rope around him. So I put a rope around his waist, and when he got wounded or shot, we'd just pull him back. But behind the point man was me with a 50 caliber crew. And of course, you know, when they wounded our point man, we'd get him on the ground, pull it back, and open up with that 50. We had it rigged, so I mean, we could return fire with that 50. God, it didn't take us a minute to get it going.
Yep.
And that's what they were talking about. They feared us, first of the 12. We were number 11 on the list of what they feared the most. So be proud of yourselves. Be proud of yourselves. I'm going to tell you, but you need to know this. Y'all need to know this because some of you don't know it. And you heard me say that you know, I may have really fucked up. But the division commander wanted us to be the division reaction force when I was in command. And I talked to the platoon leaders about it, and this is, I think, before
Yeah, it was before me.
you. But I talked to them, and, you know, with Bounty Hunter, my other company, we just wandered around the jungle, and, you know, we never knew what was coming and when it was coming, and yeah, we got ambushed a few times. And the platoon leaders and I thought about it, and we decided that at least if we accepted the offer, we would know when we were going out that we were going out to deep shit, you know, and we thought it was better to know. And that's why you guys got in so many damn firefights, you see. That was the deal. And we accepted that deal. So anytime anybody in the division you're talking about the blues, going after the blues, that was a part of it right there. We were the ones who got everybody else out of deep shit. And to this day, I don't know if it was a mistake or if it was the right thing to do. I just don't know. But I'll conclude with this. Stotzer, the one who later on became a lieutenant general, he told me that from June to September, when I was in command, he told me that we had fewer casualties than any company in the division, and we had the highest kill rate of any company in the division. So, you be the judge. That's all I can tell you, the facts. Could have been a mistake, don't know. We all certainly made mistakes.
Do you think because you'd already been with another company, which was a smaller elements, I guess?
Yeah, I was
So
basically I commanded a platoon.
So you think that made you like really clever and sneaky, having had that experience before you came to Hartsfield, that you already kind of knew their tactics and you knew how to kind of avoid?
That's what recon is all about. That's what recon's all about. And I did that for a year.
So we were blessed to have you.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that. Huh?
Yeah, because
When I had recon, I was out in the jungle for a year. Normally an officer, back then in the cav, you'd go out for 6 months and you'd come back. You'd
Right.
go back to the rear, be S1, S3A or something. And I don't know why, but they left me out in the jungle for a whole year. Never went back. And although I was a, quote, company commander, we rarely used the orders. So basically I commanded the recon platoon, you know, for a year.
6?
Yeah.
Did you figure out who you pissed off to leave you out there for a whole year?
I don't have a clue. Okay? And everybody knew it was there. The helicopters knew. They just flew around it, okay? It wasn't hurting anybody. Granny came out and told me to take this company and take that anti-aircraft gun. And I told him, no, I said, look, I said, Colonel, if I do that, I will lose half my company. Can I do it? Yes, I can do it. But half my company is going to be dead. He said, you know, do it. That's a command. And I said, literally, fuck you, Jack. I did. And he relieved me of command. I don't think you were there then either. You may, I don't know. Do you remember that?
No,
Okay, well anyway, so
that was just before my time, I
he
think.
went around. Well, we had Stotzer when you came.
That's
Stotzer
correct.
replaced Granny.
Right.
But
Okay,
anyway, he went around to each of my platoon leaders and told them, you know, I'd been relieved of command and for them to take the company and go up that mountain and silence that damn anti-aircraft gun. And they all said, fuck you, Jack. I'm not sure what they said, but they all said no.
Yeah.
So he came back to me and he said, you know, I'll be bringing your replacement this afternoon at 4 o'clock. I said, all right, you know. And he went back, and this is how it was related to me. I didn't know this was going on. I was out there with y'all. But he went back and he told Colonel Kingston the brigade commander what he had done, Kingston relieved him of command on the spot.
There you go.
And then he called
I
me.
remember this.
I remember
Then
that.
Colonel Kingston called me, and he said he was not very good at radio, because he always called me Cotton. He said, Cotton, you'll be happy to know that you will never see Granny again. Yes, true story.
It is. I
True
remember
story.
What
Yeah,
you're telling
it
all
happened.
came back.
It happened.
Wow.
And you need to tell your sons if they're in the military. When I was at West Point and in Army doctrine, the mission comes first. Well, I think that's bullshit. I think your men come first, okay? Not that we always accomplished our mission. Hell, we were the reaction force. I mean, come on. We did our mission. But the men always come first. And I told my son that. They got rules of engagement in Iraq. And I said, Robert, it's real. He's a squad leader, by the way. I said, it's real simple. You know, to the extent that you can, follow the rules of engagement. But when your men's lives are endangered, fuck the rules of engagement. Okay? That's how I play.
Yeah.